And we're in a second-hand shop on the main street of Brighton.
Yeah, that's when it happened.
Yeah, I was flicking through an old record bin, trying to find some gems, but I dived under this flimsy aluminium picnic table, which wouldn't have stopped anything. I don't know, I remember September had a build up to it, and you almost had time to think about it, but February, there was just no time to think, It was just...
Yeah, not only that though, because I'm in that shop, I have no place to hide. Just
Yeah,
need to
and
stand
there
in the
wasn't
middle
much
of the
in-
aisle. That one is going up and down because
It's like jackhammer,
yeah, I can see the stuff on the shelf going up and down. I was like, oh my god, what's happening?
Yeah.
That was really scary.
Mm.
I just remember I cried for quite a few days.
Yeah.
Every time,
Yeah.
every morning, the first things I open my eyes, I go, let's go for drive to town and see whether they will let us eat. And I know they try to do everything, as well as they can to help us. And every time they say no, and I just cried. I was like, I just want to go in there. If everything is gone, then we have to decide whether we want to keep going or not. Then if everything's still there, we really want to move forward because it was a really weird feeling doing nothing all day.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
That was quite hard.
Yeah, and it was one of the worst times for it to happen too, because we're right in the middle of our winter production. All the fabrics were in the studio and all our tools and everything was there, so we couldn't do anything about it at the time. Don't worry, you'll get into the studio next week because we're opening it up back to Barbados. I'm like, oh, fantastic. You go there next week and they'd open it up all the way back to our building.
To our building.
And so
End
it was,
of our
the fence was
building.
right on our building. It was like,
I was
come on.
You must be joking.
Well, one day we managed to find a nice guy, a nice army man or something,
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, he just sort of snuck the fence open for a few minutes and let us run in. We grabbed some fabric.
Are we supposed to talk about this?
There was a good couple of weeks before we were able to get into the studio to grab anything. So we just felt, there's just nothing to do.
We felt really useless and hopeless every day.
And as soon as we heard about the student army thing, it was like, great, cool.
Let's do
There's
it.
something to do.
Yeah. I really remember how excited I was in the morning to be there with everybody. It was
a great feeling.
It was really amazing. Everybody working really hard, and we were sharing our stories and find talking to people.
Skellerups sponsored the student army and gave them a whole lot of boots to give out to everybody who was volunteering. And we got a pair of the Skellerup Ashley boots, which
was really cool.
We immediately were like, these are so cool. We love them. They're like really classic kind of Kiwi farmer boots.
Yeah.
And we're like, one day we just got to use these for a fashion show because they're just so cool. Yeah, when the Fashion Week opportunity came up, we're like, oh, perfect. Fashion Week were being so supportive about us doing it. It was like, how can we say no to that help that's been given? So we had 8 weeks to find a sponsor, design a new range,
get the samples,
produce the samples, organise hair and makeup and the show and models
and shoes, everything.
Transport, shoes, the whole lot. It was the day after we said yes that we went to see the CPIT for an industry meeting with them, and we just blurted out, look, do you want to sponsor us for Fashion Week?
Do you think you wanted to do it?
And they were like, yeah, sure. And I was like, oh, okay.
How much do you need?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah, for start, we actually went to one of our manufacturers at St. Asaph Street.
True.
And they let us use one of their cutting room.
Yeah.
So we use their tables in the room.
Yeah.
We do a lot of things just on the hallway at home. That was lucky that Mum and Dad's house was big enough for us to do that as well. So that was really good.
Yeah, that's the new studio, the garage. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Which I like to think is quite Kiwi, really. But
yeah. Every morning we wake up, we go, what are we thinking?
Yeah, we're doing long nights, long days. Yeah, and we do work pretty hard as it is, but we worked extra hard there.
Yeah.
But luckily we were so organised that once we got there, we realised we had nothing to do, and we had about a week of sort of spare time. We were just kind of tied up a few loose ends and hung out in Auckland for a bit, which was quite nice.
Just eat and enjoy, the earth doesn't shake and stuff.
Yeah.
That was really nice.
It was quite emotional, really, to be honest. Yeah. You know, the earthquake had happened, and then we sort of jumped straight into this Fashion Week thing. And so, in some ways, that was great because it was a distraction for us away from the earthquake. And so we were occupied to do something. Yeah. And then, you know, that was just kept going until we got there. And then we got there and did the show. And then it was like, whoa. It all kind of came back on us. And it was quite emotional, really.
It was really emotional. I actually almost cried when the girls here and make out down. I was just like, oh, this is exactly how I imagined Bobetta.
Yeah, we received apparently the first standing ovation at Fashion Week, which is pretty honourable.
I know.
Yeah. We were amazed, and the audience were in tears too.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was nice. Nice.
I think
supposed to make people smile, but we make people cry.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that's our dream come true at a Fashion Week, but what we really think the dream doesn't really come true by itself, and it's with all the people who has been supporting us, loving us, and to help us. Yeah.
We wanted a sort of fairy tale theme for the collection, and we were immediately kind of drawn to the Grimm brothers sort of fairy tales because they've got like a very dark side as well as the light side. So and we had that kind of play on words of the not so grim, because we kind of come from this really grim, dark time, but in the end things worked out pretty well. So things weren't so grim after all.